Hey, Steve. Hi, Steve. How you doing?
How's your summer? You call it summer yet? You getting down
Not
the
getting
shore?
started yet. No, not enough yet. Not enough yet. Get that thing I sent you? Just go to the last line.
No, we're okay.
But I didn't quite get your question, so maybe we can chat a second.
Down, but I guess we don't.
Everyone, please rise. We'll salute the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. When November 29th, 2023, notice of this meeting was emailed to their Courier Post newspaper and the Philadelphia Inquirer, and duly posted on the bulletin board of the municipal building. All requirements of the Open Public Meetings Act have been met in compliance with the Sunshine Law. Roll call, Fran?
Councilman Bider?
Here.
Councilman Casey? Councilman D'Angelo?
Here.
Councilman Evans?
Here.
Councilwoman Fina? Councilman Wilhelm?
Here.
Mayor Sardin?
Here. Communications?
No communications, Mayor.
At this time, I'd like to do a presentation of a proclamation we have. Joe? yeah. Have a proclamation here tonight, and it's for heartfelt thanks to our neighborhood volunteer, Allison Farris. Whereas we want to take a moment to express our heartfelt gratitude for your unwavering dedication and commitment towards the Belmar War Memorial Park, located on Creek Road. Your selfless acts of kindness have not gone unnoticed, and they truly make a difference to all those who visit the beautiful park. And whereas, whether it's pulling weeds, planting flowers, sharing breathtaking photos of the park, or simply keeping a watchful eye out on the park, your contributions are invaluable. Your willingness to give your time and energy to improve our community inspires us all. And now, therefore, be it resolved, we thank you for being a true neighborhood hero. Your compassion, generosity, and positive spirit uplift us and remind us that small acts of kindness can create a ripple effect of goodness. With sincere appreciation, myself and the members of council, given under my hand and seal this 27th day of June, 2024. Thank you so much.
Just everybody's attention, so my first correspondence with Allison was not the best. I had a nasty email, it wasn't even nasty, it was just her, like,
It was a little
wanting
stern.
to understand what happened to the park. It was a beautiful park, it was a little unkept, she sent me photos of what it looked like when we first built it. But beyond complaints, it wasn't a complaint. She just wanted to make the park itself better. So we all got together. She came out there numerous times. We would talk about things like what's going to make it better. We want to try to make everything maintenance free. Over the last 2 years, we've accomplished both things. It's beautiful. It's breathtaking park. If anybody hasn't been there yet, it's right across from Lark School. We do a lot of memorial stuff there. So if you get a chance, go over there. But I wanted myself to thank Allison because she comes over on her own, waters the flowers, plants the flowers. She's also an unbelievable photographer. She's taken beautiful pictures for our webpage. She's sent pictures of our decorations have also been in there. So I just wanted to thank her and let everybody know she is a hometown hero in my book.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Does anybody know what they did with Joe Ciano? I was looking for him.
Thank you again, Allison.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great job.
I'd like to entertain a motion for approval of the meeting minutes of May 23rd, 2024.
So moved. Second.
Roll call, Fran.
Councilman Bider?
Yes.
Councilman D'Angelo?
Yes.
Councilman Evans?
Yes.
Councilman Long?
Yes.
Go into committee reports. Councilman Bider.
A couple of things. Finance first. Let everyone know the 23 audit was completed Monday with Finance Committee and the mayor. And we're awaiting the hard copy. Once that is received, we'll have it on the website. But I can announce there were no negative findings. We also completed the survey of occupational injuries for the year 2023 with county. And we received our Clean Communities money of $31,000. Mid-year budget accounting, everything is doing well. There are no expenditures above budgeted amounts, so, and no anticipated expenditures going above that. Recreation, the company Georgia Turf is working on reconstruction of our football field at the rec center. The heat has been horrendous, but it's really looking better and better each day, and all the grass is germinating well. And I'd like to congratulate the Little League Coach Pitch District team for winning the championship, and we'll be honoring them at our August meeting, the players. The VFW 9563 on July 27 from 12 to 3. We'll be hosting a program called Nature Adventures for veterans. There'll be food, entertainment, but the purpose is specialty resources for veterans and their families with outdoor programs. And we had a meeting, Chief Perna was there, our emergency management, myself with the other VFW officers running it. So if you're free, July 27, 12 to 3, please stop by on Essex Avenue. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ray. Councilman D'Angelo.
Thanks, Mayor. Couple things. The water department, they're working on the Leaf and Bell water tower, in case you haven't noticed. They're going to put the logo up on the tower finally. That should be done tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
I'm told. Yeah.
Fill it
Fill it tomorrow? Okay. So water pressure should go back to normal. Everything else with highway, sewer, water is good. No major issues, which is always good. Allison, I've known Allison for a while. She is relentless. But she is dedicated. She wants this town to look good and be good, and she makes us better for it. And quite frankly, if there were more residents like her, we would all be better, because she doesn't let you off the hook. So congratulations, Zara, and that was a good job bringing her in. I thought that was outstanding. That's all I have. Thanks, man.
Thank you, Jim. Councilman Evans.
Thank you, Mayor. Councilwoman Fina asked me if I would first thank everyone for their participation on the 21st at our Summer Fest. I understand that the fireworks were outstanding. It was really a nice crowd there, as was the band Masquerade. She also wanted me to remind you that July 4th, we have a day's worth of activities going on. Start here at 9 o'clock, just outside for the baby parade. And then we'll be at Sauter Park at 10 o'clock. This year, we're doing a pet parade, politically correct pet parade. So bring your vaccinated and licensed pets to Sauter Park, and we'll be doing the bike parade at one end and the pets at the other end. And then at 11 o'clock, we'll kick off our annual July 4th parade at the church, from the church parking lot. But she wishes she could have been here, but unfortunately she could not. Then we're off in July, right, Mayor?
Correct.
So before then, we'll be having the National Night Out on August 6th, right?
First Tuesday of the August.
Right.
Correct.
Yep.
6.
So that's great. And Chuck, I would be remiss in not mentioning Miss Belmar, which I understand was a real nice turnout, and I heard you did a great job. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you for doing that. That's all I have.
Thank you, Bill. Councilman Wilhelm?
Thank you, Mayor. I have a police department activity report to give. Thanks to Chief Turner for the documents. The police department responded for May of 2024, 1,271 calls for service. They conducted 75 investigations, 82 arrests were made. They handled 26 motor vehicle crashes, and 485 motor vehicle summons were issued for the month. I don't have a fire report. Chief Dorenzo, who's part of the search and rescue team for the State Task Force 1, is in New Mexico with the wildfires that they were having there. He's been there for 2 weeks, and we wish him the best out there and hope he gets home soon and safe. Other than that, that's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Craig. Under my report, as Bill mentioned, we did have the Miss Belmar pageant Sunday evening. Nice turnout. Thank God it's coming back. We had 5 contestants. They all did an excellent job. And our new Miss Belmar for 2024-2025 is Kelsey Kulik. And girls all did a good job. Also, myself, Councilman Evans, Spider, and Chief Perna, we had the opportunity to be at Bell Oaks School back on June 5th for their career day with the 8th graders. Had a good turnout and a good time with the kids. We also had our town hall meeting held on Monday, June the 10th with Congressman Norcross and the Camden County Commissioners, and we had a good turnout there. That was held at Bell Oaks. And like to extend congratulations to all the graduates in Belmar. Had the opportunity to be at Bell Oaks graduation for the 8th graders, Triton for the high school, but also we have others in town that go to Gloucester Catholic, Paul VI, and Audubon. So congratulations to all the graduates this year. And that's all I have under my report. This time we'll go into the public portion. If anyone has anything to bring forward, please come to the microphone. State your name and address for the record. You can tell
have
them.
it.
There you go.
Name and town now, Mayor.
Name and town now?
No
Okay.
need for an address.
Okay.
All right, my name is Donna Smith. I live in Belmar. I've been in Belmar for my whole life. I lived in the same house for 40 years. Sadly, I have to do this because I had so much on my mind. I didn't want to mess up and I didn't want to forget anything.
Take your
okay?
time.
Because I'm here representing all of our neighbors.
Take your time.
Okay, so it says, I'm here to discuss the situation at my neighbor's house at 157 Redmond. Mr. and Mr. Savino and the son and the grandson moved in 2012. They were fine. Many years, everything went okay until more and more people moved in. We have people living in the garage. We have people living in a shed in the back. This has gone on for years, okay? We have, then the granddaughter and her boyfriend moved into the shed. She became pregnant, and they decided that they were gonna raise the child in the shed. Not in the shed, in the garage, with there was no door, there was no window. This baby's crib was right there on display for everybody to see, with the baby's name on the top of it. Well, when I realized that the baby had gone to the shed to to the garage, I called the police and said that I will not stand to watch this happen. So police did act, they did bring the kids, baby into the house. And they proceeded to have another child, okay? So, we made, the first phone call came about that, and then since then, it's just been one mess after another. Next phone call came when there was a dead cat and a disgusting mattress laying on the curb on Halloween, trick or treat, okay? So I had to call the police again to come help us remove the cat, get the mattress, get it out of there before the trick or treaters came around. The police officer was very nice, helped me find somebody to remove the cat, the whole nine yards. This is somebody who would take a cat that died and lay it on the curb. This is the things that we've been seeing, things that we've had to live next door to. Okay? So, before that, after that, we've had nothing but conditions that were ungodly. Okay? In the backyard, there was a pool house in the back, and it just actually became condemned. Like, there was so much stuff in the yard. They didn't take care of the yard, they didn't take care of the house, they don't take care of the people. It's just a disgrace. And you know what? Neighbors come up, people come up, what's going on, what's going on? I mean, I can't tell you how many people had a problem with the fact that they saw this crib in the garage, okay? So then they get a dog, okay? They get a dog. That was actually a very nice dog. Very sad situation because this dog was tethered to the front lawn. Now, when the police are called about this, they're told, oh, the dog has just been there for a little bit. The dog's been there for hours. The dog was tethered on a puppy now. Now, tethered to the front lawn, people are going by, people are like all upset because they see this. So then as the dog got bigger, they moved the dog to the backyard. Well, now the dog is out back, tied in, on a leash and everything, and they got this little plastic little thing for it, okay? Snow, rain, the whole 9 yards. This has only been a year and a half of this, but when I tell you that it's been ungodly, it's barking, bark, 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 bark. Now, I don't feel as though that's something that I should be calling the police for all the time. I'm not trying, and I know that these neighbors feel the same way. We are not trying to be a witch group, like that we're trying to do something to this. We just want to be able to live normal lives with our neighbors and not have to deal with this craziness that's been going on. So, the dog, okay? The dog had gotten out of the yard at Christmas, okay? Somebody came knocking on my door, asked me, was this my dog? No. Me and Harry, the dog had no leash, no nothing. We get the dog follows us. We go knock on the door, nobody's home. So they left the dog in the backyard while they left. So we, for the first time, take this dog, because we've never even gone on that side of the yard, okay? We went around to the yard, got the dog in the yard, okay, as the dog's jumping on us. Now, this is a black pit bull, so this wasn't a little dog. This is a pretty nice sized dog, okay? The yard was just like nothing I've ever seen. When I tell you poop from one end of the yard to the other, it was the most disgusting thing I ever saw. He helps me, we get the dog tied up. We go around, there's no lock on the gate, nothing. We figured we put all kinds of stuff in front of the gate, lock the dog in. Go back, well, finally when somebody did come home, I called my own. First time I've ever spoke to this person and said, listen, your dog got out, we retrieved the dog, we got the dog in the backyard, but could you do me a favor and please clean up the dog poop? Because now we know that this is going to become an issue, because as it gets warmer, it's just going to stink to high heaven. So he gets mad, walks away, won't even look at us, whatever. I said, fine, then I'll have to call the police the next time. Christmas Day, I look out the window, and a nice elderly couple walk down the street every day, are being jumped on by the pit bull, okay? Now, they have no idea this is not a scary dog, because it really actually wasn't a bad dog. The dog turns around, and I call it over, come on, come on, come on. I don't know its name, nothing, but he did come. We go over, we're knocking on the door. Finally, they come out Christmas Day out of the garage, mother and father, okay, mother and three friends, excuse me. Come out of the garage, get the dog, take the dog around back, okay? Pulling the dog, okay? Like, we had to see this. We had to see him drag this dog. This dog's been all over the neighborhood. A couple weeks ago, somebody pulls in my driveway with the dog, with the collar and string. Is this your dog? No. Do you know how many times I've been stopped asking me if that was my dog? This has been going on. This is not their fault. This is the people that live there thinking that they don't have any responsibility to take care of their home, their children, or the dog. 2 weeks ago, what happens? The dog, 95 degrees, they leave the dog outside. What do you think happens? The dog dies. dog dies, it was disgusting, it was so upsetting, I was getting calls at work, I felt so bad because it wasn't a bad dog. But this is the problem here, and this is why I'm here. I'm here to let you know that now we have a situation where the dog is dead. They have 2 children in the house, 2 and 3 years old. There's a pool in that backyard that is built in. It is disgusting. It's been disgusting for the past couple of years. We've called about the mosquitoes, we've called about everything, trying to control what we can, okay? It's half covered because he doesn't even know how to cover it, so he just half covered it. So now, if a child were ever to trip or fall and get tangled up in that cover, that child's not gonna have a chance. It's half full of green muck. So my reason for being here tonight is that I am calling a lot of attention to this because I don't wanna see another tragedy. I can take a lot, but I do not wanna see a child die. And this is what I'm afraid of, because this is just lack of responsibility for everything. These people don't have, I probably shouldn't say this, I don't think they have the knowledge to know how to take care of these things. And this is why it's been going on for so long. We have lived in hell from this. We really have. It is just, like, they had to see this. They're the ones that, they ended up in a big argument over this dog because the dog was laying there dead and nobody was doing anything. She's saying, it's my boyfriend's dog. No.
It wasn't her responsibility.
We can only have one at a time, I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry.
You're more than
That's
welcome to
okay.
get up and speak after if you'd like.
I'm sorry, but I feel like I'm just trying to make sure that we get some kind of light shed on the situation so that we can do something before something tragic happens to these children, because I am really worried. I don't know, I have never called anybody else, but I feel like this is a town thing. We do care about our town. You see what nice people are. There's so many nice people that care about what's going on. I live next to this. I can't imagine, nobody's gonna buy my house. Because this is that bad. I mean, the trees are all evergreen. Anytime that John from Barrow, who has been very nice at Christmas time, I have pictures of a bloody mattress that I had to look at that was stood up to face my house. A bloody mattress, the dead cat. I have pictures of all these things, like the pool. If
We should
anybody's
take 'em.
interested in seeing these beauties,
We'll
they're
take
all
the
here.
pictures.
Okay, the Barrow did help at Christmas time. They sent their dump trucks to go down there, and there probably had to be 14 guys that had to help clean out the backyard to get rid of the varmints and stuff. We've had everything, and that you have no idea.
They have a lot of trash every week out there.
It's unbelievable. It's just
What was the
beyond.
address again?
sent the trucks
It's, I have to tell you, you know
What was the address?
157 West Brown Road.
West Brown.
West
Yeah,
Brown.
it's right across from the 7-Eleven, and I know that it's very hard not to notice. And I'm like, you're doing
Yeah.
all this beautiful work down Brandon Road to make it nice for the 4th of July.
Yeah.
I know most people take care of the property. I know that.
And yours
we
is
all
nice.
try.
Yours is very nice.
Thank you, and we all try to do what we can, but this is something that has just gotten out of control. I mean, they got so bad that they were letting the dog crap on the front lawn. They don't even know, they have no idea, and Harry asked the girl, could somebody please pick it up? She did, the next thing you know, Josh throws open the window and starts making threats about being his property, and he can do whatever he wants, and blah. Like, this is ridiculous. I mean, I'm getting threats. He's telling people he wants to know how to get rid of a nosy neighbor. I'm not, yeah, it's on Facebook. I am not a nosy neighbor. I don't want to be involved in your
Right.
crap. I just want you to clean your
Clean up.
crap up. Because guess what? I've lived there all these years and never had to make a phone call to the Barrow, to the police station, to anybody about somebody else. I've never done this. So, like, my reason for being here is that you guys have to be enlightened to the fact that this could be a really bad situation. And the dog apparently caused them nothing but havoc, because there was like 700 phone calls made to the police station over this dog, because everybody knew that this was just a matter of time. So this is why I thank you for your time.
Is everyone here? They're all neighbors
You're all
around
here-
behind?
We're all here for the same reason. We're all concerned because it is gonna be something. I mean, I don't know how you fix this, but you haven't, it's like, if you had a well in your backyard and it didn't have a cover on it, somebody
Yeah,
would
that's
come
not
in your
good.
yard and say, if you don't cover this, you're gonna be fine. They don't even care about the fines. There's so much more to this story than you even know. This is just bits and pieces, and everybody here could probably add even more to the story. But we just want something done, and we don't know how to go
Right.
about that with.
We can work with the County Board of Health for the pool problem.
Oh,
And I believe the chief, you did something with the animal
Yeah,
cruelty?
so, for this house, Mayor, 157 West Brandon, we've had 4 incidents out there in the last 2 years. One of them being the deceased dog, which indictable charges have been signed. DCP&P has been notified recently of that. Again, as.
Child Protection Services,
Yes,
right, Chief?
Yes, sir, sorry about that. There was a complaint last year with the dog. The dog had water, had food. This is the beginning of that. So, and as she indicated, my officers even went out and removed the deceased cat, which wouldn't even be our job. But again, we understand what the residents are complaining about. We only have 4 complaints. Nothing has been brought into us. So I told Mrs. Smith I would sit down with her tomorrow and try and help
Good.
her as best as we can to get them going in the right direction. But
Good.
it is a nuisance house. I will acknowledge that.
Joe, I got a question. Do you remember a couple of months ago, we sent the trucks out to that house?
Yeah,
I don't know what house it was. It was the Hoarder house? Remember
That's that house, sir.
This is the house.
it
This
is.
is the one.
Yes, sir.
We sent trash trucks after trash trucks after trash truck to clear it out.
We cleaned out the backyard in
Right.
the winter time.
Right, that's the one. So this is the house.
We pumped out the pool last
Right.
summer, and we, called a bunch of authorities because there is an elderly woman that was living there, and, so we called
No one's seen her, right?
the Department of
He
Aging.
claims to tell me that.
I believe that an elderly female was deceased out of that house with a police response, so,
Oh.
I can't
There's
confirm
no, there's no record of it anywhere, because we've
Okay.
all looked at it.
We have.
There's something very
Okay.
suspicious going on.
Right.
There is definitely some suspicion, because they've been passed off, and I know that John has told me.
That's what I was gonna say. John's been working with you?
John told me that there, he has, he's done a lot of the, because they don't drive, they don't have any cars, so they do a lot of the FaceTime thing for like any kind of court appearances and stuff. And they're saying that they couldn't talk to her because she was bedridden, okay, because this is what John has told me. So I'm thinking to myself, well, how could she be bedridden, okay, when there's never been an ambulance, there's never been a doctor, a nurse, I've seen nothing in the past couple of years, which makes sense now. And I've said it to John, and this is not in any way against John, but John said that that's not part of his jurisdiction. Because I said something to him about, maybe somebody should check on this, because this is not the owner. I know who the owner is. I met the owner, I knew her husband, he had died, her husband died, the son died, and the young boy that was living there in the beginning, he's gone. Now, he had special needs, so he might have went, to a, home situation or whatever. But the daughter moved in, daughter and her husband moved into the shed. They were living in the shed, and the granddaughter and her boyfriend were living in the garage, and the other daughter and her kids were all living in the house. So there was, at some point, we couldn't even keep track of how many people were going in and out the door. But I know at one time, I think that a police officer had gone in there and said there was so many beds in there that they couldn't, figure out what was going on. And even, it's just bizarre. It's the most unbelievable thing. But now the one daughter isn't there, but her children. And again, here was another instance where there's a child that's going there that takes the little yellow bus. She's not a problem child, it's sad. But she goes on a bus. She does not live there. She does not live there. Her mother doesn't live there. But her daughter went to school, and they had Bell Oaks school sign. They did not live there. They came every day and dropped them off. So they only came in the morning. So if that was her grandmother up in the bed, why isn't there anybody coming to see? So they passed this off. In fact, we even have Facebook records where they passed off her as answering, posting, things about her, her name was Betty
If she
Serena,
hasn't,
and
Josh,
it
they
was
should
like
go to-
she was alive.
Chief.
So there's more to this story, and that's why I said, and I did, I called and told Mr. Sauter that, I think that there's more to this than, meets the eye, and that you guys better get on this, because if they're passing this woman off as being alive, there's some reason for it, and possibly, cashing checks or doing whatever to pay for this, because I don't know how they're paying for all this. I really don't, and I mean,
Gotta find out if they're paying taxes on the house.
it's a scary situation. And I mean, when you said about pool cover, he went out and he ordered pool cover. He didn't even know how to put a pool cover on. He doesn't even ask. So that makes it more of a death trap, because if anybody even got caught on that pool cover and they went in,
number one.
you know how a pool cover will suck you right up. And, you got a 2 and 3-year-old. I mean, it's just really that child went in that garage, that was the day I picked up the phone and said, I'm not watching this, I can't do this. I said, because as long as if they were adults, and they were stupid enough to be in that garage with no window, no way out, that's on them. But when you bring an infant in there, that's when, and I know that anybody here probably add even more to the story, because we've all seen so much.
Man, I just want to thank you for your comments. I'm the borough's attorney. And this will be a collective effort. We hear you. I've run across this problem in other towns that I represent. There's always that one house, right? And we can absolutely alter, if the grass is high, if there's debris or garbage, we can provide them notice. We can go onto that property and remove that debris, and we can lien the property. Actually, boroughs shouldn't be paying because the individual,
Right.
it's because it's your dollars,
Right,
right?
right.
So we can lien that individual property.
Flowers could be going to help that girl plant flowers. Like this.
So as I said, it's a concerted effort, and with regard to the pool, if there's standing water there or there's not a fence that's secured, that's a combination of the Board of Health, because they'd be concerned about mosquitoes, which we can be in contact with, and our own property maintenance, which is very, very active in our community to deal with the trash and the crap, as you mentioned. I think you said poop, sorry. And garbage. If there's a residency issue at the school, we can notify the school, because we can't deal with residency, but they'd be very interested in knowing if someone is not living at the house. They have investigators that track those down, because if someone isn't actually living at the house, they're again taking advantage of the taxpayers. I don't know if you understand the significance of what the chief just said, but basically DIFAS has been called. They go into the house, they do a thorough investigation.
Have they been there?
We can't know.
How you can't know?
But if they've been notified that there's a potential child in danger, they 100% of the time go there. But I don't know the facts of this particular case. I would just assume they'd follow, it's now called DCP&P, Division of Child Protective Services. So the other thing is we can look to see if their taxes are current, because they may have tax liens, and we can get a handle on it that way. Joe, I don't know if with respect to trash collection and mattresses, I've had a number of towns where the DPW is responsible for collection services. Adopting ordinances that require the mattresses be put out in a bag because of the bed bugs and the health of our own workers. And I don't know whether we have such a thing, but I just did that in a couple towns to update the trash collection ordinance to require that they have there's bags that you can put a mattress in. You can, yep, you can go to Home Depot, you can get a bag, and they will not be collected, and you will be cited if you leave it out there without a bag, because there's a penalty built into that ordinance. So if we don't have that, that's something that I can discuss with mayor and council, and we could introduce an ordinance like that to cut down on mattresses. They can cause so much disease and harm to a passerby, a child that's nearby, and our workers who have to pick it up and throw it into the back of a trash truck. So if we don't have that,
It's not in our ordinance now. Most people call and ask how they dispose of the mattress. We ask them if there was bed bugs, if any disease, and most people are very honest and they say, no, we just want a new mattress. So we really pick those up. If the guys see anything with bed bugs or blood like they had spoken about, we basically make them put it in as you can see bed bugs, they jump off the mattress.
Yeah, I mean, that's just, I wouldn't even want to be that close. We want to talk about, as a governing body, amending our collection ordinance to require every mattress that gets put out be put in bags. I mean, nothing's more important than the safety of our residents and the safety of our workers. So if you're so inclined, this doesn't take much, I can show you what that looks like, and we can start that particular process. So again, County Board of Health, now, most important thing, you heard the chief say that because of the death of the dog and the animal cruelty, someone's under indictment. It means that's a felony. That's a very serious charge. So there could be conditions I mean, you're entitled to know what the status of that is. You're entitled to know what you observed. So I would suggest that perhaps you call the county prosecutor's office and tell them what you observed, and that you would like to have some notice and be in court because you were all so offended and horrified what was going on with this dog up to, I mean, you're perfect evidence for what happened. If I'm a prosecutor, and I have been for many years previously, you're a godsend to me. You're all my witnesses that I need to prove my case. So you're entitled to be there, having been impacted by this and seeing, this poor dog get treated like this. And I love animals and dogs as much as anybody else. I just find that despicable. Of all the things you said, to let a dog die of heat stroke, it's just absolutely horrible. So this will be a multi-pronged approach. We have gotten involved with cleaning it up. I understand from the councilman and the mayor, we did send a truck out there. So to clean up, we'll continue to do those types of things and cite them and bring them into court. And if the court's scheduled, come to court as neighbors. So the judge says, what are all these people doing here? And they say, it's a pain sitting through court. But if the judge sees you there, he's going to be more inclined to be a little bit more heavy-handed, especially on some of the property maintenance stuff that gets cited. So get involved as a group, because it'll make an impact.
Go ahead.
I do have photos.
Could we
That'd
have
be
your
great.
name, please?
Should I forward them?
Name and town.
Your name for the record.
Gastic, Belmar. I do have photos
Right. So I was going to mention to Donna, can you leave them with Fran?
to the,
Yeah, anything you have, please pass along to our clerk, and we'll see that gets to
Yeah.
them.
yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was pretty much.
Yeah, anything you have, perfect.
send them, definitely.
Mr. Mayor, Council, Jason Reinhardt, Belmar. I live behind Donna, so kind of diagonally from that. I have two school-age children, going into second grade and kindergarten, as well as a newborn. That neighborhood, I've been there, 11 years now. Bought the house back in, December of 2012. It's a great neighborhood, and that neighborhood has changed over the last decade. You've got a lot of young families coming in with children. My boys love to ride bikes, scooters. My son's getting into skateboarding. I have a dog myself. Usually walk that block. Actually, I walk the whole stretch down to the school and everything. And that's my concern while I'm here, and not only support Mrs. Smith and the rest of the neighbors, but I feel like speaking on behalf of some of the people that have children of that school age, it's great to see today kids across the street getting together. They're outside playing. They're not on an iPad. They're not watching TV. I mean, it looks like when I was growing up playing football outside, kickball, all that kind of stuff. My boys love to go for walks, but it's an area I am afraid to walk past with the trash.
Sure.
Particularly seeing that. So I just wanted to bring that forth as well, that there are
Yeah.
young people in that neighborhood with children, and concern for their safety.
Thank you for your input.
We got the
Anyone
message
have
loud
any-
and clear.
Anyone?
Thank you.
Very good, thank you. Anyone? Yeah,
I'm Kathy Dastic. I live across the street from Jason, and I constantly heard that dog barking. That's from morning till night, just nonstop. And they just have a newborn baby. And I texted, I forget if I texted you
You
or
texted.
texted Jason, said, how can you put up with that barking, especially now that you're gonna bring home a newborn baby? That
Right.
baby's not gonna sleep. So, so you knew the dog wanted to go inside,
Yeah,
because he just wouldn't stop.
very sad.
Wouldn't stop.
Shame.
Very, very sad. Thank you. Anyone else for the public portion? Having no one else, we'll close the public portion and continue on with our meeting. Any old business?
No business, Mayor.
New business?
We have ordinances that our solicitor's gonna.
Is that me, Madam
That's
Clerk?
you.
That's
You're trusting me after my last performance?
Just
You're good.
ordinances.
Okay, well, we'll try and get through the ordinances.
There you go.
Even though I didn't actually perform very well. These are first reading introductions, Mayor, which do not require a public hearing, just a motion and a second and a roll call vote to move it on to, at our next meeting where we will have a public hearing. So the first of which is 06:09-24, an ordinance to amend Chapter 95, the Code of the Borough of Belmar, known as water rates and fire protection.
Entertain a motion.
So, second.
Roll call.
Councilman Bider?
Yes.
Councilman D'Angelo?
Yes.
Councilman Evans?
Yes.
Councilman Wilhelm?
Yes.
06:10-24, an ordinance of the Borough of Belmar, County of Camden, State of New Jersey, authorizing and approving the application for tax exemption and the execution and delivery of a financial agreement by and between the Borough of Belmar and BTJ Phase 1 Urban Renewal Entity LLC for a redevelopment project located on property known as Block 7901, Lot 901 in the borough pursuant to the long-term tax abatement law, NJSA 48:20-1 et sec.
Entertain a motion. Your second. Roll call.
Councilman Bider?
Yes.
Councilman D'Angelo?
Yes.
Councilman Evans?
Yes.
Councilman Wilhelm?
Yes.
Similarly, 06:11-24, an ordinance of the Borough of Belmar, County of Camden, State of New Jersey, authorizing and approving the application for a tax exemption and the execution and delivery of a financial agreement by and between the Borough of Belmar and BTJ Phase 3 Urban Renewal Entity LLC for redevelopment project located on property known as Block 78, Lot 2 in the borough pursuant to the long-term tax exemption law, NJSA 48:20-1 et sec.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Bider?
Yes.
Councilman D'Angelo?
Yes.
Councilman Evans?
Yes.
Councilman Wilhelm?
Yes.
Mayor, moving on to the second readings that are on our agenda this evening. They will require a public hearing, so we're required to open to the public, take comment, close it, and then actually take action on voting on the ordinance by way of a motion and a second and a roll call. So the first of which is 05:6-24, an ordinance supplementing the code of the Borough of Belmar, County of Camden, State of New Jersey, to include section 210-32 entitled Establishing Fees for Off-Duty Officers Outside Services.
Open up public portion. Any comment on the ordinance? Hearing none, close the public portion. Entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Bider?
Yes.
Councilman D'Angelo?
Yes.
Councilman Evans?
Yes.
Councilman Wilhelm?
Yes.
Next is 05:07-24, a bond ordinance authorizing the acquisition of various capital equipment and the completion of various capital improvements in and for the Borough of Belmar, County of Camden, State of New Jersey, appropriating the sum of $3,158,225 therefore, authorizing the issuance of general obligation bonds or bond anticipation notes of the Borough of Belmar, County of Camden, New Jersey, in the aggregate principal amount of up to $1,359,450, making certain determinations and covenants, and authorizing certain related actions in connection with the foregoing.
Open up for public hearing on the ordinance. Any questions? Hearing none, close the public portion. Entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Bider?
Yes.
Councilman D'Angelo?
Yes.
Councilman Evans?
Yes.
Councilman Wilhelm?
Yes.
Next is 05:08-24, bond ordinance authorizing the replacement of various water mains in the Borough of Belmar, County of Camden, New Jersey, appropriating the sum of $1.2 million therefore, authorizing the issuance of general obligation bonds or bond anticipation notes of the Borough of Belmar, County of Camden, State of New Jersey, in the aggregate principal amount of up to $1,200,000, making certain related actions in connection with the foregoing.
Open up for public hearing on the ordinance. Any questions on the ordinance? Hearing none, we'll close the public portion. Entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Bider?
Yes.
Councilman D'Angelo?
Yes.
Councilman Evans?
Yes.
Councilman Wilhelm?
Yes.
Fran?
Thank you, so.
I wouldn't let me do it either.
Mayor, 06117-24, to and through 06124-24.
Entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Bider?
Yes.
Councilman D'Angelo?
Yes.
Councilman Evans?
Yes.
Councilman Wilhelm?
Yes.
Resolution 06125, to and through resolution 0613024 are active license for liquor license renewal.
Entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Bider?
Yes.
Councilman D'Angelo?
Yes.
Councilman Evans?
Yes.
Councilman Wilhelm?
Yes.
Resolution 06131, resolution renewing preliminary retail distribution license for the Belmar Redevelopment Partners for the period July 1st, 2024 to June 30th, 2025. This is an unsighted pocket license.
Entertain a motion.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Bider?
Yes.
Councilman D'Angelo?
Yes.
Councilman Evans?
Yes.
Councilman Wilhelm?
No.
The matter passes by a vote of 3-1.
Resolution 0613224, resolution approving June bill list for $2,074,929.15.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Bider?
Yes.
Councilman D'Angelo?
Yes.
Councilman Evans?
Yes.
Councilman Wilhelm?
Yes.
That's all I have, Mayor.
Having no further business, I entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Fran?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned. Thank you all for coming out tonight. Thank you.
It's right as you're coming up, and you should up at 7-Eleven. It's right there on the left.
Wasn't it? I can't think of the guy's name.
When he
I'm
came
gonna
in,
look
they
on the way
talked
home.
about Rohan, the Harding Avenue. I think he was 2 cents. Trying to see if it went through. He was their attorney. Got some work. The thank you? Which one? Thank you? Which ones you got? We thank you. It should be it. Lisa did. I'm going to get it. Huh? We're going to. Huh? Yeah, but she typed in a couple typos. So I answer it back and then I'll get it. I'll get Lisa to on Monday and I'll redo it.
Given the answer to a trivia question.
I didn't hear you.
Oh, one from before.
I just,
We can put an ad to the next. Yeah, the drugstore and that, yeah. Did you figure the other one out? Yeah. Some people won't if they haven't been here. Thank you, Steve. Thanks. That's a shame they got a lot going on.
Believe me, we messed up. I had 2 guys on the rollers that didn't know what they were doing.
I know. I'm used to seeing that on